Happy Salute Day, everyone. Happy Friday. And look at this. I have a shirt that represents all four houses and very kindly made. As principal, I'm supposed to adopt a neutral position. I'm supposed to not favour any one house, although quietly I was part of Robertson for the first 10 years I was at Warwick Academy. But here we are. It's our Salute Day. And really, I spent this morning in the secondary assembly talking a little bit about Salute Day. In the past, we have mainly focused on the colour blue, the Warwick Academy blue, and it's a day to pull our whole school community together, our alumni, friends of the school, pupils, parents, staff, kind of celebrate everything that's good about Warwick Academy. But in particular, it's about recognising the school's birthday. We're 363 years old today, and that comes with a huge legacy. We talk about ourselves being the oldest continuously operating school in the Western Hemisphere. And whilst I'm not sure how fact-checked that is, I believe it is. We look to celebrate that. And in celebrating that birthday, I've got something I want to read to you. I actually read it in the secondary assembly, just to bring some context to a school that is as old as ours and what it means. So here we have it. It's actually in our 350th book. If you'd like a copy, I have some. We give them away for free. So by all means, pop in at the main office, and I'm quite happy to share one with you. But it's a great read. And in particular, I'm going to read a piece written 12 years ago. It was written by Dylan Hollis, and it says the following. Many of you who are reading this may not truly realize the magnitude of your school's history and the events that has seen it to where it is today. So let's put this in perspective. Next time you sit down in the library, think about how the room existed over 100 years before the United States ever gained its independence. To know that Warwick Academy is older than the theory of gravity itself is a truly wondrous fact to behold. The very walls of the school saw the rise and fall of 15 English kings and queens, all of the US presidents from Washington to Obama at the time, over 5,000 wars, unfortunately, and rebellions, and witnessed the independence of over 100 regions, from Quebec to Bavaria. For music lovers such as me, that's Dylan, you should be proud to know that you're learning in the very school that witnessed the music of J.S. Bach, W.A. Mozart, Ludwig van Beethoven. The piano wasn't even invented before Warwick came along. It was the school's 142nd anniversary when the coronation of French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte took place, marking the beginning of his fight for European dominance, later crushed by the Duke of Wellington. Continuing on the topic, Warwick Academy students aided with the events of World War I and the fall of Nazi Germany in World War II. With the charms of the old world and the amenities of the future, Warwick Academy, through all it has seen, remains a timeless beauty, a beauty which should find its way into the hearts of all who walk in its halls today. I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's a really timeless piece of writing, and emphasizes just how much has gone before us and what the school actually means in the context of it being 363 years old. So quite something. Also today, we launch officially our annual giving campaign. And this is an annual campaign that starts on our Salute Day and goes all the way into the end of June, the end of our academic school year. And the intention of our annual giving campaign is to raise funds in particular areas to offset the cost that we place on tuition. This year we've got 3 areas of focus. The first one, which is always there, is our bursary fund. Our bursary fund is near and dear to us. It's something we've been doing, I think, quite well over the last many years. Last year, 143 families benefited from funds from our bursary fund. Anywhere from $700,000 to $800,000 a year is raised to support those families who need the financial need to remain and enjoy a Warwick Academy education. The second area is our endowment fund. We started with a focus on that last year, and we're continuing that. Our endowment fund started 20 years ago. A number of donors and governors involved at the time thought it would be wise to build up a pot of money that we could invest and grow, and in particular start to use to keep our tuition down. And I think we've done a really good job. I'd like to think that our tuition is one of our unique selling points. It's something we work exceptionally hard on. But the endowment is something we now want to grow, and we want to be quite specific about the various pots of money that it goes into and how those will then provide support for the various different aspects of the school. Teacher training, again, some bursaries, but also the maintenance of some of our initiatives. So an endowment amount of money that can be used on a yearly basis to support the maintenance of our marine science facility, our hunter pavilion, our STEM facility, etc. We create these silos that we can use the growth on that money to then use for maintenance and for upkeep. And we think in that way, it focuses the tuition fee on the absolute operation of learning in the classroom and what your child is going to get. The third area is our Principal's Unrestricted Fund. We've had that before. And you'll be able to read in that a variety of areas, smaller areas, that we're going to be focusing on over the summer for next year. So you'll see in my newsletter just below this link, there is a link to our annual giving website. You'll be able to read about the 3 initiatives, what that takes. You'll also be able to read about successes from last year and the things we did. The Hunter Pavilion, Food and Nutrition Room, and a few other things, obviously the library. What I'm asking is that if you have the means, that you please do consider a donation. You'll be able to pick the area, whether it's $5 or $5,000. We greatly appreciate that help. It does absolutely impact our ability to keep our tuition as low as possible. So please do have a look, click on that. If you have any questions, our development office is available. Cameron Percy down there will answer any questions, any support questions. And please, spread the love around our annual giving if there is the capacity within your family or your friendship circles. You'll also see there's a leaderboard. The house theme is very much this year. Obviously, Salute Day today has got a house theme. We're having a House Spirit Day in October. We're trying to really kind of work this relationship in the houses between primary and secondary, that kind of real sense of belonging. So you'll see there's a leaderboard, just a little bit of fun around which house can raise the most in the annual giving campaign. I want to also recognize that today is World Mental Health Day. We again spoke about it in assembly this morning. We're incredibly grateful to have a number of students in particular who are now on the youth advisory board that sits in Bermuda. You might remember, if you were in the school family back then, 2 years ago, we were very much part of piloting the first mental health survey of adolescents in Bermuda. The then teacher, who's now Dr. Dan Kavanagh, led that, and what's led to then it moving into the public domain, into all the schools, and now nationally is quite an exceptional thing. We're very proud of our involvement in that. But we do recognize that today, as well as proud of the students who took part and are part of this advisory board. I also want to mention, I went on Wednesday night to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and not only was it an outstanding performance, just another example of Bermuda punches above its weight, but seeing so many Warwick Academy students, both in the program, on the other teams, but on the night as well, and staff members and parents' involvement does make one very proud. So congratulations to all of them. Lastly, this coming Wednesday the 15th of October, we have our primary and secondary school open house. That's a reception year all the way through to year 13. Not necessarily for you as parents, because you're already in our school family, but you might know other friends and family who have an interest to find out more about Warwick Academy. Please do point them in the direction of our website. You'll be able to see the detail on the front page. They'll be able to RSVP and sign up. They don't have to sign up. They can obviously come on the day, but it starts at 9 o'clock on Wednesday morning. It's in the PPMH. There'll be a short presentation, about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll have tours of the school. And our student leaders will be taking those parents around the areas of the school, the sections of the school that they'd like to see. So thank you so much for listening today. Happy Salute Day. Here's to Warwick Academy and its 363rd birthday. Please do take a look at the Annual Giving website, the link below, and have a wonderful weekend.